Welcome to Burning Bright, a weekly podcast presenting poetry and prose from Passenger. This episode about pets is in memory of our dog Gracie, who passed away last month. In addition to all of Gracie's other skills and talents, she was also Passenger's HR director. Kolakowski said that her poem Guru was inspired by and is dedicated to the memory of her West Highland White Terrier, Austin. You greet me at the door each night with jumps and pirouettes. Such happiness ignores the leash. Your tail in playful Morse code thumps the gospel of agape love. I'm sure that's what you mean. Had I a tail to shake as well, I would in kind return your praise. Instead, each dawn I bow to you and take the yoga pose that bears your name. First, raise my rump, extend my knees and elbows straight, then clear my mind of every earthly woe. This rush of blood a path to heaven's gate? Inhale, perspective shifts. It's true, you know, that dog reversed invokes a higher form. So bless me, humble master. Keep me warm. Guru, Kolakowski, from Passenger's 2013 Poetry Contest issue. Our 2-year-old dog Mimi wanted to help with this podcast. You may hear her helping in the background. Peter Nash said that his son Rocky has a small 2-room apartment. He eats, sleeps, studies, meditates, and does yoga in one room, and his rabbits live in a playpen in the other room. Here's Peter's poem, Rocky's Place. It begins with this epigraph from Rumi. There is some kiss we want with our whole lives, the touch of spirit on the body. Sometimes I think of his 1,000 post-its plastering the lampshade, creeping along the baseboards, up the metal legs of the card table, and covering the window overlooking a graveled parking lot. In the corner, boxes of Ziploc bags filled with alfalfa pellets. A bare bulb dangles by its wire over 2 rabbits, Flopsy and Mopsy, inside a baby's playpen. Each day begins 7 inches above the sink when he whispers the first post-it. Every seeker is a beggar, before moving on to the next and the next in their ordained order, as if they were a trail of stone steps, winding 7 times around sacred Mecca. And when he arrives at those who have reached their arms into emptiness, I imagine him ascending the path to the doorknob of the closet, where the last post-it reads, "This is the place the soul is most afraid of, on this height, this ecstatic turret." And climbing into the playpen, he lies down with the rabbits, who nuzzle his face, their eyes half closed, their furry, smoky white heads moving back and forth in mysterious jerks. Peter Nash's poem Rocky's Place, from Passenger's 2015 Poetry Contest issue. Next, from the 2013 Poetry Contest issue, Gene Grabiner's poem Conversation with Seamus. Sitting with Seamus, long-haired orange cat I found under the cabin. He's got some fused vertebrae, maybe from being hit on the road as a farm kitten. Like me, he wheezes. His voice has diminished from being abandoned in forest winters, scrounging in the deep freeze. We discuss leaving this life. We concur. That is, I assume his not paying any attention is concurrence. We both stand in the same gold field of getting out of the here and now or hanging around. Conversation with Seamus, Gene Grabiner. Gene said he lives with his wife, 3 cats, 1 turtle, and a parrot. He said, "My cat Seamus has inspired a few poems. Perhaps he is my avatar, or vice versa. But cats reveal nothing." Gary McClain Gannaway said that his poem Morning Ritual arose from his interest in Zen Buddhism and the experience of Satori. He said he continues to search for what William Blake saw in Auguries of Innocence, a world in a grain of sand. For several weeks after the dog died, he continued the morning ritual, emptying and filling the oversized silver water bowl. He filled it at the kitchen sink where his father would have stood, had his father not been dead much longer than the dog. But before the filling came the emptying. With the gracefulness of a discus throw, he would send the water out into the early morning air and watch the drops hold there in one pure, perfect moment. Then all the water would fall to earth, and he never knew that that moment was perfect too. Morning Ritual, Gary McClain, Gannaway, from Passager's Winter 22 issue. To subscribe to or learn more about Passager and its commitment to writers over 50, go to PassagerBooks.com. You can download Burning Bright from Spotify, Apple and Google Podcasts, and various other podcast apps. For Kendra, Mary, Christine, Roseanne, Mimi, and the rest of the Passager staff, I'm John Shore.